Hi, it's Maggie the Irish Gypsy here to bring you your August 2022 mid-month general reading. So we're looking at the last 2 weeks of August, and this reading is for our lovely lions, the fire sign of Leo. Welcome everyone. Thanks for being here, for taking the time to tune into this video, any of the videos on my YouTube channel, liking, sharing, hitting that subscribe button. All of it is greatly welcome and appreciated. Thank you. So this is for Leo for the second half of August 2022. If your sun, moon, rising, or Venus sign is in Leo, it's relevant if you're cross-watching for a Leo. It's a general reading, so of course it'll resonate a little differently for everyone. Watch all of your signs for any additional insight and perspective. And if something does resonate with you enough that you'd like to take a deeper look at it, peel back the layers a little bit, reach out for a personal reading, you can click on the description link to see my contact info. Email me directly at maggie@gmail.com. I'd be delighted to hear from you, and I can usually respond the same day with more information. I do offer quite a wide variety of readings for yourself or as a gift for someone else. And I can usually respond the same day with that information. And I do readings full time. It's all that I do. So I'm pretty diligent at timely scheduling. So email me if you're interested. Okay, Leo. Let's see what this last half, the last 2 weeks of August look like for you. I'm using the Tarot of Dreams and clarifying with the Gilded Tarot. We begin with some healing. The Six of Swords, slowly but surely moving away from some kind of trouble, pain, conflict, or difficulty of some kind, with the Hanging Man, waiting, watching things play out, not taking any particularly decisive action just yet. You may be gaining new information during this process, seeing a different perspective, gaining some different perspective. Next, we have the Seven of Swords, which is typically a card of hidden motives or just things being concealed, which can be, this can be anywhere from outright theft to just keeping things to yourself or keeping something to yourself. With it, we have the Hermit, somebody who also kind of withdraws to seek out wisdom, guidance, contemplation, gain new insight, wisdom. Next, we have the Eight of Swords, feeling trapped, feeling stuck, or feeling like you can't change a situation. Or perhaps feeling like you shouldn't do anything right now to change a situation, but it kind of keeps you in a certain place for the time being. Very internal, contemplative kind of energy. We have two major arcana cards with the Hanging Man and the Hermit, but the other three are swords. Swords is governed by the element of air, which governs this, our intellectual atmosphere. So there's a lot of mental internal energy here. With that Eight of Swords, we have another major arcana card, the High Priestess. The High Priestess and the Hermit, very spiritual cards, very quiet cards, cards that speak more about opening yourself up to your intuition, your gut instinct, which is your connection with the divine to get wisdom and clarity and new, fresh perspective. But it's quiet. It's keeping a lot of that to yourself, watching, gaining that knowledge, that wisdom. It feels like you guys are, it's obvious here with the healing, the Six of Swords, that there's been some kind of difficulty. And here it's all about learning, waiting, watching. I feel like something is still playing out. There's been some pain, some disappointment, something, but things are still playing out. Or you're watching things and you're gaining an incredible amount of new knowledge and information or a fresh perspective on a situation or person. From the bottom of the deck, the overall energy is the Five of Swords. Look at all these swords. It's all internal energy and spirit. Five of Swords, a hard-won victory, winning at all costs, not backing down, not settling. Is a fight worth it? Is also the question that the Five of Swords begs. Perhaps you're trying to, and it may be twofold for some of you, this Five of Swords. It can be refusing to back down from whatever you see as the victory, as the win. The Five of, no matter what it costs, right? So, but the Five of Swords can also represent, it can also kind of raise the question, is this fight worth it? Is what I want out of the situation worth enough for me to continue fighting for it, right? Does the end justify the means? It doesn't feel like there's any particular decisive action just yet, except for waiting, watching, healing, and gaining new insight and perspective. So let's break it down just a little bit. Clarify that overall energy of the Five of Swords. I had two cards jump right out, the Fool and the Six of Coins. Gift giving, gift receiving, and a very brand new beginning, taking a leap of faith. The Fool is the zero. It's the very first major arcana card in the tarot. This is where the Fool's journey begins. The Fool's journey, which is us, is what the whole tarot deck is about. Learning, growing, changing, evolving, going through different chapters of our life, right? This is about stepping off the beaten path, taking a risk, doing something different, starting a brand new journey. The Six of Swords is gift giving and gift receiving. So for some of you, you may be holding out for something better, a better offer, or holding out for the kind of offer. You're not going to compromise on this. You're not going to accept anything less than what you feel is right for you. You may be waiting for somebody to take a leap of faith in order to make this offer to you, but you're definitely holding out. I mean, regardless of how the specifics play out, you're holding out for a better offer, whether it's from the same person or situation, or whether you're just waiting and holding out for something completely new to start because you want something new. You want something transformed, whether it's in a previous, currently existing, job, relationship, or whether it's, this isn't good enough the way it's been, and I'm not going to move forward. I'm not going to do anything until I have that. With this sense of waiting, some of you may be waiting on somebody's decision or waiting for you yourself to make a decision on something. Let's clarify that Six of Swords. Healing. We had a whole bunch of cards just jump out, so I'm going to put those back in. Okay. Clarify. Your cards are slipping all over the place, Leo. Clarify the Six of Swords. The Devil. Toxic situations, but there is an addictive element to the Devil, right? Because the Devil entraps and enslaves through temptation, through alluring, which is why it's the classic card for addiction, or things we find it very difficult to get out of because there's something in it that keeps pulling us back. We may tell ourselves, which is the nature of addiction and obsession, right? It's about so much energy being put into something that it becomes unhealthy. But yet there's something about it that we may tell ourselves, or it tries to tell us, you need this, you need this. So you're trying to heal, you're trying to overcome that. Let's clarify the Hanging Man. Trying to break something that's difficult to break, an attachment of some kind. Now, because this is a general reading and that's going to resonate a little differently for everyone, whatever this Devil card is, it's an attachment that isn't healthy. Whether it's actual drugs, alcohol, a job, a relationship. Clarify the Hanging Man. You're trying to heal and overcome this, and you're holding out for something better, truly healthy. The Six of Swords again, healing. Oh, healing from emotional pain, heartache, heartbreak, perhaps breakup or separation. One more. The Ten of Swords, feeling a strong sense of betrayal or a strong sense of disappointment. But yet again, with that Devil card, there's something tempting. It may be, Leo, because there's also kind of, There's also kind of this sense of waiting and watching too. So for some of you, I feel like whatever this unhealthy attachment is with the Devil card, it's still present, meaning you could still go back into it if you chose to. It might even be being offered to you actively. I feel like you're trying very hard to be healthy and to stick on a healthy path, which means leaving this devil situation or saying, I'm not going to go back to that with it the way that it is. It either needs to transform or I want something completely new. And there's a lot of disappointment and emotional pain in this, maybe some betrayal too. But it still kind of pulls on you. Somebody may be tempting you or trying to pull you back into the thing, right? Maybe that somebody's saying, I've changed, or whether it's a relationship or a boss or something, or, it's going to be different. We're going to, something like that. Let's clarify that Seven of Swords, the card of things hidden. With the Hermit underneath it, I think that you are coming to see something for what it really is. You may not be saying too much about it. It's kind of like you may be watching a situation, watching a person, a group of people, something playing out, and they may think, the other side may think that they're concealing things, but you're seeing through it, or you're gaining this kind of wisdom about it. You may just be kind of keeping it to yourself for the time being. I mean, we do have that hanging man there. Clarify Seven of Swords. Nine of Coins and Ace of Coins. This is somebody working. The Nine of Coins, this is somebody who's worked really hard or is working really hard to get to a place of empowerment and self-confidence and self-sufficiency where they don't have to rely or depend on somebody else. It may be that this was a situation or a relationship that was codependent in some way. Maybe financially, and you're working on getting, more financially independent, more stable. The Ace of Pentacles is new beginnings in a practical maybe way, like moving, relocating, new jobs. Somebody is secretly planning here. I think it's you. And maybe it's not quite so secret. Maybe there's distance in between you and somebody else, but I feel like you're actively working towards, for some of you it could be the other person, but for many of you I feel it too, you're actively working towards your own stable future because of this situation. You just may not be talking about it yet. Maybe this Devil card represents a situation you can't quite physically remove yourself out of yet, but you're working on breaking the unhealthy ties and attachment you have to it. And part of that is focusing also on your own path moving forward. Clarify the Nine of Hermits. But it also feels like you're coming to see the truth of a situation. You're realizing the reality of what a situation is, the negativity of it. It's kind of like day by day you're getting kind of different bits of, downloading new bits of like, oh, I see that. And it was probably something that was present all along, but, it takes whatever it takes for us to see that. Clarify the Hermit. For your cards are just jumping right out. The Ace of Swords. Yeah. The Hermit, what do hermits do? Hermits, monks, monastics, people, they want to get answers. They want to seek out wisdom, insight. So they temporarily remove themselves. You're probably going through a quieter time period here. They remove themselves, or as much as possible, from the normal day-to-day distractions and minutia in order to kind of hear that quiet inner voice, that connection to the divine, to get these insights, truth revealed. The Ace of Swords can be considered a card often of success or potential success, the beginning of a path. Because something has been exposed, you're seeing the truth of something. It might not be a truth that you like, but because you're seeing it for what it really is, in that energetic space you have the opportunity to make choices and decisions and take action in a way to create a healthier reality for yourself, which I believe is what you're doing here, even though you're not maybe talking a lot about it. You're working on, becoming more empowered, more self-sufficient, so that it will be, as you continue to try and move through detaching from this unhealthy attachment, you're building yourself up along the way. But it's quiet, right? If it's a relationship, you may not be saying all of this to the other person, right? And I understand it. Clarify the Eight of Swords. With the Eight of Swords and the High Priestess here, the Eight of Swords is typically a card that represents being limited or feeling trapped, but it's really your own ideas or perspective or ideology that is. And there may still be an element of that, because that also ties in with that Devil card energy. Oh, I can't leave this thing because of this. I can't because of that. I can't because of the other thing. All the reasons and excuses we give ourselves because we're afraid to detach from an unhealthy attachment, right? But with the High Priestess underneath it, this is a sense of knowing, of quiet knowing and intuition, because of your connection with the divine. Your intuition, your higher self, some people call it gut instinct. And here it feels like, instead of the often not great aspect of the Eight of Swords, it feels here like not making changes, not doing anything different to try and force or change the situation or go back into it like you perhaps have before. The better thing is to stay still. It also may represent that that there isn't anything you can do to change the nature of the Devil card, whatever the situation is. That whether it's a job or a relationship, the unhealthiness aspect of it, they have to change, right, in order for you to remain in it. And so you're making plans to move forward in a different way. You're still kind of watching it. You still kind of feel a pull or an attachment, but you're also working. I feel like you're really struggling to kind of move yourself down a difficult path, and it's not easy because there's pain here. There's maybe a sense of betrayal, but also yet that kind of temptation to go back to something that isn't healthy, or at least healthy the way that it is. So, yeah. Clarify the Eight of Swords. The Five of Swords again. The Hermit, the Page of Swords. You're determined. I think you're really seeing reality here. I think you're also acknowledging that you feel an attachment. You would love for this situation to transform, but you are also really open and, at least in some ways, working towards a different future, because it feels like many of you believe that this situation, whatever this Devil card is likely not going to change, which leaves you with two choices. You can either, plan and act and move forward on a different path, or you can go back to the thing. Free will, right? I mean, if you're going to go back to the Devil, at least you need to realize that that's what it is, right? Not try and tell yourself, oh, he's this or she's that, or the job will, whatever. Eyes open, free will. Clarify the High Priestess. Temperance and the Four of Cups. Trying to maintain a balance, neither too much of one nor too much of the other, in the face of an offer coming in. Yeah, this is what I felt kind of in the beginning. It feels like you're in this kind of strange transitional phase where you're involved in something. You have a strong attachment to something that has turned out to be not healthy for you. You would love for that situation to be transformed, right? That's always what we hope, so that we don't have to let go of it. But many of you are fairly sure it's not going to transform, and so you need to move into a different direction. It may be that moving in a different direction, making plans, kind of working on that, is something you need to keep on the down low for a while, because you just can't move or whatever right now. But there's a temptation here. It may be that whatever or whoever that Devil card represents is still kind of offering you the thing, and you're considering it, but you don't have to take it. This person has 3 cups that are upright and full. You have other options, or you're going to have other options. So it's about kind of trying to maintain this balance and also paying attention to all this new insight and wisdom that you're gaining about this situation to make the best move forward. It feels pretty quiet and contemplative. I mean, it feels like there's a lot going on in your head and in your heart. In your heart, you're healing. In your head, you're thinking, learning, contemplating. All right, let's end with advice and guidance for Leo. Eight of Coins, 3 of Wands. Yeah, put work and effort into creating a new future for yourself, a new road ahead. You're probably already starting to see some of that pay off, and you're feeling much more positive and optimistic about the future because you're working at it. You're working at investing in your own future. 3 of Cups. Go out and have fun. Make sure to surround yourself only with people that you feel comfortable with, that love you, that accept you, that you have a good time with, or positive social connections in your community. The Hanging Man again and the Wheel of Fortune. No particularly decisive actions just yet other than what you're already doing because, again, something is playing out. Divine timing and orchestration is working here. So just do what you're supposed to do. And in regards to this situation, it feels like not taking, again, particularly decisive action just quite yet. I mean, other than, the plans you're kind of doing behind the scenes. Okay, Leo, those are your messages for the last half of August. I hope that what Spirit has shown us has been useful to you, helpful, validated some stuff, or at least gave you some food for thought. Again, if you're interested in taking a deeper look at something, reaching out for a personal reading for yourself or even as a gift for someone else, personal readings make great gifts, feel free to email me directly at maggie1maguire@gmail.com. I would be most happy to hear from you. I will see you all in a couple of weeks for the September general readings. Stay safe and well until then. Hope to see you back here again soon. Bye-bye.